Namaste, dear beautiful people. Are you ready for this week's tune and frequency reading? I'm super excited. I know that I missed it on yesterday, and I was out yesterday, and you might be able to hear my hoarse voice a little bit, but we're going to do the reading today. My name is Jeena Joan, and this is Tune and Frequency. I do tarot and sound bowl readings here. And today is also a new moon. And I don't know how about you, but I can feel a lot of energy. And it's not all good energy. I work in a school, and today the kids were just like, it was like one conflict after the other. And it seemed like the emotions were very heightened in general today, and everyone was a little on edge and also confronting conflicts a lot. That is kind of what I felt like. No one was like ready to back down. Everyone was like ready to like stand their ground. It could be a good thing, but it's the approach. I think that can be like a little bit, I don't want to say softer, but mindful. Let's put it that way. So this reading is hopefully one little addition to your mindfulness week and mindful a little support for you to vibrate on that high frequency that you want to vibrate at. All right, so before we start, we always do this little exercise. So if you feel like you're stiff in your body, just like shake it off. If you want to get up and dance and shake it, you can do that. But just sit afterwards with an upright spine and breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. Take a deep breath into your belly and let it out, preferably with a sigh. All right, let's go. All right, so let's start with the sound bowl. I'm wearing this cool, like, sporty shirt, but I want to remove the fabric from my hand because I want the frequency to, like the vibration to go straight into my hand. All right. Ground yourself with your feet. Keep your spine straight. And just feel the connection to the universe and get ready to tune in with me. Okay. So, in accordance with what I said just now, the message is, it's not in accordance, it's actually the opposite. So I was saying, and maybe that was also my ego, like this wishful thinking of everyone like turning softer. That's not what the frequency says. The frequency says, like, don't be too soft, because if you be too soft, you actually lose the voice, your voice. So it's really, it's so funny. I just realized that I actually lost my voice. So that's why I'm hoarse. So it has a lot of like double meaning. But yeah, I just love the way like the universe works in synchronicity. All right, so let's listen again. And if the message hasn't come across, so like we don't want to be too soft in like when it comes to like standing our ground and making sure that we're heard. If we're being too soft, and being soft, I mean like lack of boundaries, especially, that doesn't mean that you have to scream or anything, but that you have to stand your ground and just believe in yourself and that you deserve to be treated well, and you can demand that from people. And if they can't meet you at that, then you are free to go. You are free to cut those people off, whatever you can do. So stay firm. Okay, so now that we're standing firm in who we are and speak our voices out loud, we start creating harmony from starting within ourselves. So we create harmony, because I was saying like, oh yeah, maybe you want to be softer with the approach, and that was the ego like wanting like a very peaceful harmony, but because you don't want to go into conflict. But the frequency actually says like, yes, you stand your ground, you go into that conflict if there's a conflict necessary, but then you create also harmony, because within yourself, by standing your ground and going into conflict, you create more harmony within yourself, even if your relationships will there will be more conflict first, but it will, like, that peace within you will make you turn to like, okay, where am I, where can I play with what is around me in a more harmonious way. And that doesn't mean that you're a people pleaser. I want to make that cross come. I can't talk today. I'm sorry. Let's just move on, but I think you get my point. All right. Okay. So when you do these things, you stand firm and you create more harmony from the inside out, then you will be able to, like, it's sorry, I'm trying to find the right words. It's like a megaphone, because now that you have done these things, this is now the way for you to level up and like become like a megaphone. Like, before, you always felt like, oh, nobody hears me, because you weren't taking the time to listen to yourself, listen to your own needs, listen to like your own emotions, like your thoughts, like, and what you need, especially. And you weren't able to like receive that before, but now that you have done that and you're ready to take that on, you will be, the universe appreciates that, and it wants to motivate you even more. It wants to like celebrate you even more by hyper focusing on like your voice. So your voice will be shouted out to the world, and they will be able to hear you. So those people around you will, like, they will around, it's like an explosion, and suddenly you look around, there's like all these people, and not everyone is necessarily coming in with um a harmony focused like mindset or with that vibe. So you have to stand firm again, like you're being tested again with, to stand firm with those people, but you also get treated with the best people who are vibrating and on the same frequency as you are. So you get to play a little more, have a little more, be a little bit more of you, and your energy just expands. So that is what I want to tell you. I'm already going into 12 minutes, so this is going to be a long reading. Sorry about that, or maybe you're really happy about that. So let's go to the cards and let's see what the frequency holds. And I love it. All right. I'm not going to tell you what the first card was. All right. Good. Yes, I love this. So I was just saying that the universe will celebrate you, right? It's so cool. So we got festivity, but the festivity came out in reverse. Why? You see that? There is a 1 and 8, and 1 and 8 equals a 9, and a 9 stands for an ending. And something ended. Something ending also means like something new beginning. So what that, like, the things that I said to you before about the this like attitude of like being a people pleaser maybe needs to end in order then for you to be rewarded with festivities. So that is all hard based. Like, there is going to be like a big event. When I see this now, a friend of mine is going to get married. Much love to you. And I know that we will celebrate that, but the wedding we're probably going to have in the future, who knows when, but it's gonna happen, I know that. But that's it, like heart based, like your soul connections, those are the ones who are going to celebrate with you, and you're just flowing and vibing together, and it's going to be awesome. And so beautiful. It looks like, can you see that? It looks like a butterfly flower inside the heart. I love that. Ooh, I never noticed. There's something else I see actually. Like for the girls in here, the women or the womb men, they might be able to see. It's like a very tiny detail, but it looked like the a woman's womb actually, like the whole. Okay, so there is kind of a shrine. So it's like three people come together. There is a group, and there is a butterfly. That brings like this spiritual connection, and I see like these um leaves. It's like something green, like very heart based, is like growing and flowing, and so Trinity in some form, like maybe two people who are very important to you with you, like that is a group basically, and your hearts are very connected, and those are the ones who are like ready to party with you, I guess. Second card, non-attachment in reverse. All right, let's go into the card. I feel like I'm super hyper focused, so bear with me, please. All right. So with the non-attachment card, I feel the presence of Megatron. I don't know if you know that we have like a lot of different angels, and some of the angels that you might know are angels like Gabriel, are I'm trying to find like more common angels. Michael, those are the angels who are more known, but there's also like Jeremiel, angels that you don't necessarily know as much maybe. And then there's also one who's Megatron, and I see these like Megatron angels kind of like with this symbol. It's like very square shaped, but then there's like a wavy a light spectrum like kind of floating up. So to me it sounds like, I see a lot today. I promise I haven't like okay, I'm not gonna say that. So what I want to tell you is that there are certain structures that come together, and these structures, they are forming, and I see again those three people here that kind of work together, and they're using, I don't know if you can see that, they're using this black energy. Yeah, they transmute it into color. They let that flow into the structure, and there are three people governing it. Yes, and we have that like here and here, so it's like mirrored, and this mirror is kind of floating into again something that looks like a vagina, and what kind of is like being birthed by that space, that womb space, that um kind of that like portal to life, is like a flower. And again, this flower is round but in a square shape. Yes, so it's a lot about like creating in a very framed structural. So structure is your friend, but also don't get attached to structure. For me, it's just like, it's all about the flow. Don't hold on, just let it flow, let like life come through. That is like something that is super important. And we have had this card come up quite a bit in the past, I want to say a few months. So the selves, it's like all the facets of you. And I'm going to record a very important video concerning this, like yourselves, the spectrum of you, your facets. That's going to be interesting, so definitely check that out. Something that just like springs at me is right now that this is like a structure and a structure and a structure. If you can like see this like really tiny square, there are like more and more squares like kind of fitting into the other one. It's super cool. And this like form is kind of like moving, but there are also these like spirit families that are connected. They're also like kind of connected to it and letting their intentions flow into the structures. So what I would say is like, let's say when you recreate yourself, I want you to bring in like great intentions, and I want you to create structures for yourself that work for you, that are in harmony with you. Because if you create that harmony with yourself, you will create it with others as well. And when things are flowing through you, when you are creating, don't hold on, and just let it go and enjoy. All right. Thank you so much. Namaste.